What's going on, Solo? I saw your video on What's the Point. Saw Willie P's video on What's the Point, and I watched all the other videos on What's the Point as well. Um, and thinking about what you guys were discussing and thinking about some of the stuff that I say, I came to the conclusion that one can't help somebody understand what it means to be in a family. One can't help somebody understand the type of warmth and the type of care that goes into that more so that a person receives from being in a sort of family type relationship. Um, we obviously feel the way we feel, and I'm talking about the black women and the black men that I talk to on YouTube. We understand because we've grew up in a traditional type of setting, always been around it. Now, my parents were divorced, but my parents got divorced after 20 years of marriage. And I have uncles and aunts who are still married. So the whole idea of a traditional family, that's who I am. That's what I was brought up in. And I understand, coming from a family type of background, that there are certain things that money can't buy. Trust me, if money could buy the type of happiness that I'm looking for, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. I'd be outside grinding right now, doing whatever I can. But it can't. It can't set you up and give you the type of traditional feel that we're used to. And I think a lot of us that came on YouTube, I know I did, in hopes to try to help black men and black women understand why being in why being in a family type of environment is better than not being one. I've tried to do so by telling people that, you're more than just your financial needs. You still have an emotional need. You still have a spiritual need. You still have a health need, right? Money can only ensure your financial stability. But there's all those other needs that as human beings we need, and we can only get through family. So I think we've came on YouTube and we've tried to have discussions and have debates that kind of lead people to understand the power of tradition and the power of family. But I think we've reached a point where, we've came to the conclusion that, if you didn't grow up in a traditional type family, there almost really is no hope. Some of the women that I talk to that I agree with, or that, we respectfully disagree, but we're still on the same plane, I can tell that they come from a parent traditional type of a family background. And I enjoy those conversations that I have with those women. And then I have conversations with women who clearly have nothing to do with family. They've probably never tasted a type of family. They probably grew up in a single parent home. And I don't blame them, but at the same time, there's not much I can do for them. At the same time, I know that they want to be happy just as much as I do in terms of financially, emotionally, and spiritually, but they don't understand that, you have to come to my side to do so. So we've reached a point where it's just like, why bother? Why try? And that's the hardest, that's hard to deal with. As far as I go, I probably still may do some of my videos trying to help out, but at the end of the day, every day I keep on getting, get it instilled in my head that, if she didn't come from a two-parent home, chances are it's probably not going to work out for y'all. She's not going to be able to draw back on her experience. When life gets hard for us as men in terms of dating and in terms of dealing with females, we can draw back. We can draw back and, look back and how our mothers handle it, how our aunts handle it, how our dads handle it, how our uncles handle certain situations. So we can draw back on it, and we know what to do. We know when to talk. We know when to shut up. But you have women who don't know what to do. You have men who don't know what to do. So what hope is there? What hope is there? All I can do is share my experiences, and there has to be a level of trust in what I say. One of the main things that I look for when I talk to women is trust. I don't necessarily rule women out who haven't come from a two-parent home, but if she doesn't trust the fact that I'm going to lead her in the right direction, it's not going to work. I'm big on that. And some of the women that I've had good relationships with came from two-parent homes, so they were able to put trust into me as a male because they knew I was traditional. And they grew up in a home where the family put the trust in the father and the father came through. But if the woman doesn't have that, what trust can, she give? If the dude didn't grow up in that system, he doesn't even know that he's supposed to be looking for trust. Right? Most black men shy away from having a woman wanting to trust them because they don't know what to do with it. And all they can do is pretty much fumble the rock. So, yeah, I mean, what can you do, man? What can you do? I guess the next focus, honestly, should be a movement in terms of helping family-oriented black people find each other. Like, how do we find each other? Where do we go? How do we determine if we're family-oriented or not? I feel like that's the next battle. That's the next frontier. But the whole battle, the whole war of trying to get black men and black women to think along the lines of tradition and family may be a lost cause. So I don't know, man. Hopefully we can move on to starting to talk about fostering relationships between blacks who want to be in a family, who came from a family, and who respect and want tradition and don't have a hard time putting trust in black men. So tell me how you feel. Take it easy. God bless.